Man, what a sequel. For those of you who have not yet been back to a theater since everything started reopening and everything, please do yourself a favor and go and see A Quiet Place Part 2. John Krasinski, once again, knocks it out of the park. The opening of this movie, if you thought the opening of A Quiet Place, like the first one, was great, this one is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not exactly sure how long it is. It's anywhere, I want to say maybe it's like 10 minutes long. Could be like anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes long. It's the entire time you're just on like the edge of your seat, just like, oh my god, because there's all this foreshadowing of like you know what's gonna happen and stuff, and then stuff starts happening, and you're still on the edge of your seat. And the way it's directed and the way it's all acted by everybody, whether it's John Krasinski, the kids in the movie, Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, everything about this movie is absolutely perfection. When I first heard that they were making a sequel to A Quiet Place, I was by no means against the idea. I love the first movie, but it's one of those things where you're kind of like, the first movie should just be able to stand by itself. But this, dude, this is just on par, if not better. Like, this is one of my favorite movies I've seen in quite a while. A Quiet Place, the first one, was one of the best movies of 2018, and this one does not disappoint.
People worth saving.
Most people had finally given up hope.
My favorite thing about how John Krasinski makes these movies is that the slow parts don't ever feel slow. Like, it feels like everything is building just the way it's supposed to build, and the character moments are supposed to be there. Nothing in this movie feels out of place. Like, the movie's an hour and 37 minutes long, and obviously that includes the credits. There's nothing, if you were to tell me, is there any sort of way to trim it down or anything? No, this movie it's perfectly paced, just like the first one, and in many ways it actually follows sort of the same beats. But if you liked the first Quiet Place, please do yourself a favor. I don't even want to talk too much about the story really in this movie, because I don't want to even have the possibility of giving any spoilers away, other than the fact that if you love the first Quiet Place, you're gonna have to go see this movie. You got to, and you need to see it in the theater. Please do yourself a favor and go and watch this movie in a theater. The biggest standout star to me in this movie is the addition of Cillian Murphy. I mean, my god, I remember when I was younger, like, the big first movie I ever saw from Cillian Murphy was Batman Begins, where he played Scarecrow. And from then on, I've watched a countless other number of his movies, and I really like Peaky Blinders. Shout out to Peaky Blinders. Not enough people talk about Peaky Blinders on Netflix. I know it keeps getting new seasons and everything, so the fact that there's obviously enough people watching it to get that rolling, but I hardly know anybody that talks about Peaky Blinders. None of my friends watch it or anything, so if you're watching this and you want to see some good Cillian Murphy, go watch Peaky Blinders. But anyway, when it comes to him, the standout of this movie, in my opinion. The kids were also really good too, and Emily Blunt's really good as well. This movie, I'm telling you, I don't want to give too much away, because I don't want to risk the possibility of really spoiling anything. This is what you gotta know about this movie. If you loved the first one, you're going to love this one. And I guess that means if you didn't like the first one, you're probably not gonna like this one. Would I recommend this movie? 100%. This movie is absolutely amazing, and I recommend definitely seeing it in a theater. But I 100% recommend this movie, and I hope you all enjoy it when you go and see it.